The end of a journey and the end of a road at the edge of a continent, where the ocean meets the mainland, where sandy beaches and cliffs meet roaring waves, where beautiful protected nature meets some of the most colorful and open towns in the United States of America. Join my journey to my final destination of my epic East Coast ride and visit Cape Cod with me. Explore the finest places to visit and travel with me to Wellfleet, Provincetown, and to the most beautiful beaches of the Cape. What happened so far? About exactly a month earlier, I had started my epic East Coast ride from Miami in Florida. What followed was a ride through 13 states, through heat, a lot of rain, along the coast and over the most beautiful mountains of the eastern US. From one of the most southern points in the USA, all the way to the Canadian border, and finally back to Boston, from where I was about to head to the last big destination of my epic East Coast ride.
Good morning, everyone. This is officially the last day of riding, kind of. Not the last day here, but this will be the last destination of this trip, and I'm going from Boston, where I am currently, to Cape Cod, and that will be a super nice journey. I will park my motorcycle there and I will show you around before I leave the state.
Hello everyone, welcome to the last bigger ride of this trip. Can you believe it? We made it all the way to here from Florida and now only go to Cape Cod, which is actually only about 1.5 or 2 hours from here. So that's really crazy that this trip was so long and it's coming to an end very soon. Unfortunately, the ride until we reach Cape Cod will not be so super scenic because there's pretty much only one faster way, which will be on Highway 3, which is a huge highway, and alternatively you can as well take 3A, which takes you closer to the coast, but I actually just want to reach the Cape, so we take this fast route today.
Even though it was not pouring down, I had luckily put on my rain gear because there was a little drizzle while riding to Cape Cod. But that didn't bother my good mood.
Call it a day and celebrate. Let's celebrate. Call it a day. Let's celebrate.
I'm staying with my friends and family again here on Cape Cod. To be precise, I am in Wellfleet now, where they have a house and where I can as well park my motorcycle in the garage. But this will not be the last ride, because tomorrow, or whenever the weather is better, I will ride with you around here on a peninsula to show you all of Cape Cod.
When entering this part of Cape Cod, you will realize a big difference immediately. From here on, the road gets smaller. There are no huge supermarkets anymore. Everything is a bit more laid back on this peninsula, and the hustle and bustle of the mainland and the big cities is immediately forgotten. Instead, there are forests of pine trees, little lakes, and of course, the ocean. The town Wellfleet was founded in 1763. Surrounded by sea, the land of this part of the peninsula is only 2 to 4 kilometers wide in some places. People used to live from whaling here. This luckily shifted in the last centuries to oysters and tourism. The historic town Wellfleet has about 3,500 inhabitants, but this number quintuples in summer. Wellfleet is a pretty small town, but it's surrounded by the coast on both sides and it's pretty centrally located on Cape Cod, so it's the perfect base for your Cape Cod adventure and trips to nearby towns and beaches. It as well has a flea market, some galleries, a French bakery, and small convenience store where you can find everything that you might need during your stay.
Good morning, everyone. Now I'm taking you to one of the beaches here in Wellfleet, and actually all beaches that I've been so far were super stunning.
If you visit Cape Cod and you don't visit one of its beaches, then you are doing something wrong. It's one of the main reasons that so many people visit the Cape. Wellfleet has many lovely beaches. Some of them cater more to surfers, some more to fishermen. But Wellfleet's beaches are not the only places where you can spend relaxed hours close to the water, but there are as well a lot of ponds and little lakes to enjoy if you prefer a dip in sweet water and more calm shores. Trying seafood is an absolute must on the list of things to do on Cape Cod. And my friends have a local gem they recommend, even though it's not that secret anymore. Max on the Pier. It's located right along the waterfront and is a simple shack, which is just what you'd expect from a great seafood restaurant on the Cape. The most popular thing on the menu here is clams, but they also serve various other dishes. There are oysters, shrimp, shellfish, lobster, and many more.
Good morning, everyone. Weather doesn't look so great yet, but it's supposed to be sunny in a bit. And guess what? This very likely will be really the last ride of this whole journey. My friends are lazy today, so I'm alone and I will explore Cape Cod with you and ride from here to its furthest tip, to Provincetown, because I have never been there. So, last part of this journey.
Cape Cod extends 65 miles or 104 kilometers into the ocean and has over 500 miles or 800 kilometers of coastline. The Cape is shaped like a hook, and Highway number 6 is the main connection between the towns of Cape Cod. Cape Cod offers some of the finest beaches in the world, especially those along the Cape Cod National Seashore, a 40-mile or 64-kilometer stretch of unspoiled sandy beach in outer Cape Cod between Wellfleet, where I was staying, and Provincetown, where I was heading to. Cape Cod has drawn vacationers and artists to its shores for a long time, but for many years, this part of Massachusetts coast was unprotected. That changed in 1961, when native son and then President John F. Kennedy formally signed into law the creation of the Cape Cod National Seashore to preserve the natural and historic values of a portion of Cape Cod for the inspiration and enjoyment of people all over the United States. Today, the unspoiled seashores attract more than 4 million visitors a year. Instead of Highway 6 that connects the Midland to the tip of the Cape, I took Highway 6A that takes you along the shores of the Cape and through the village Truro, along Pilgrim Beach, all the way to downtown Provincetown. It is also called the Old King's Highway and winds through 7 towns and hundreds of historic sites, and is highly regarded as one of America's most scenic highways.
Look guys, isn't this a pretty nice route here? And look at all these cottages here that you can rent along the shores of the ocean. I think they are pretty cool if you ask me. And I think if I would not stay with my lovely friends, this would maybe be the place because it looks awesome.
And then I arrived at my destination, with the blue sky finally shining through the clouds, just so I could make the perfect video for you guys.
Welcome to Provincetown, everyone. The locals as well call Provincetown P-Town, and it's at the tip of the peninsula, so if you made it to Provincetown, you made it kind of to the end of Cape Cod.
Provincetown sits at the edge of the continent, 60 miles or 96 kilometers out to the sea. Yes, there are beautiful beaches, welcoming restaurants, art galleries, and the charming shops. But Provincetown is most famous for its unique atmosphere and for welcoming everyone in its colorful and edgy little town. A favorite LGBTQ+ destination, Provincetown celebrates individuality and freedom of expression. It also has a rich creative history as the oldest continuous art colony in the country. Provincetown is probably one of the most sexually liberated towns in the United States. And in the spirit of P-Town's pride and acceptance, you can learn about some fun historical facts that you probably didn't hear so much about yet in any other museum. Nestled on Commercial Street is Toys of Eros, a sex toy museum and shop. Visitors can explore an interesting exhibition that chronicles the history of sex toys from modern times to before the Common Era, and get some inspiration to maybe as well shop some of the little gems of Toys of Eros themselves.
I actually really love P-Town, and even though it's of course super popular amongst tourists and Cape Cod visitors, it in my opinion had a super nice flair, and I think was one of my favorites so far when it comes to the super touristic or more touristic and well-known coastal towns. So I think I like Provincetown better than, for example, Bar Harbor.
After visiting Provincetown, I was not done with my Cape Cod visit and my ride for this day. Part of the charm of Provincetown is that it is situated right on the tip of the Cape and right next to some of the most beautiful parts of the Cape Cod National Seashore.
So I guess I'm off season, or maybe already too late in the afternoon because this booth here is closed, but I want to explore some of the beaches and the nature around P-Town now, because this part of the peninsula is supposed to be one of the most pretty of all of Cape Cod.
So I met this local guy in P-Town, and he said there are 2 beaches here that I have to drive to, and it's kind of like a loop drive that you can do. And yeah, that's what I did, and this is the first beach.
Herring Cove Beach is not only famous for its pristine sandy shores, but being located at the Cape Cod Bay makes it a gentle alternative if you prefer smaller waves than on the Atlantic side of the Outer Cape. It is a popular place to watch the sunset and the Provinceland Bicycle Trail, the first bike trail constructed in a national park, travels through this area. It continues on to Race Point Beach, Provinceland's visitor center, and the beach forest. And that's as well where we were heading next. Not on a trail though, but of course on the official roads.
I have to admit that this whole ride, first on this Route 6A and now here on the tip of the Cape, is much nicer than I expected. And in my opinion, this drive here that I'm currently doing, this loop drive, is one of the most pretty roads so far on the Cape. And I mean, these pine tree forests, the dunes, views on the ocean, I think it's as well lovely that it's already later in the afternoon, so it's not busy at all. Just very pretty. And look, this is funny, here's a super small little airport, and right next to it is the second place that was recommended to me as a must visit. So we will see how this is now. This is the second place where I was told to go to, and it's called Race Point, and it's super close to the airport here. It's actually very, very beautiful.
For locals, it comes as no surprise that Race Point Beach in Provincetown was named one of the 5 best beaches in New England in 2021. The long sandy paradise on the tip of Cape Cod was named for the powerful racing cross-current. And from the parking lot I took, you have access to several kilometers of sea coast. The area right around the proper limits of the beach are equipped with facilities, bathrooms, and the old harbor life-saving station. But the coastline further west boasts more wildlife than people and is an ideal location for quiet walks and nature hikes. In spring, whales migrate north to the colder North Atlantic waters, and there is a good chance you can catch a view of the mammals breaching in the distance. I was not that lucky though.
Guys, this ride is beautiful, and in the end of this day, the sun is shining. So as hard as this is, this will be the last ride of my journey here. Tomorrow I fly back home to Europe, and I mean, can you believe that this trip is over already? And can you believe how far we came and what we all saw and experienced? I think it was an awesome, pretty nice ride.
Does it matter where we start our travels? Does it matter what we pick as our destination? Yes, the start and the end are part of each journey. But what really matters is the decisions and the routes we decide to take on the way. There are no wrong routes when doing a road trip on the east coast of the USA, but endless amazing choices you have to take every single day. And these decisions are what your journey is made of and makes it unique. What makes it your journey and nobody else's.
Folks, this is not a goodbye, but a see you soon. I would say this was really an epic ride, and I can't wait for the next. So see you soon US, and maybe see you soon East Coast. And like always, this is the end of a journey.
Thank you so much to each and every one of you who tuned in each Thursday, gave me suggestions for this trip, joined the virtual Got to Go travel crew, and is a part of this awesome community with their comments. If you liked this last episode of the Epic East Coast ride, leave a comment and a thumbs up, and I hope to see you all for the next adventure. I will announce what is happening here on the channel soon, Stay tuned and check the community tab for updates for the next video. Take care of you guys and got to go.